Let's see what's cooking. It's time for Yo-Yo Makes 12.
Here we go with Swiss buttercream. Start off with a little bit of water in a pot and bring the water up to a simmer, which is just below a boil. Place another bowl over top of that. Make sure the bowl is not touching the water. Then add some white granulated sugar and some egg whites together in the bowl, and then start to whisk it right away because you don't want those egg whites to cook. The amounts of sugar and egg white will depend on how much frosting you want to make. And in the description box below, there will be a link to a website where I found this recipe, and there's an indication about how much sugar and how many egg whites you're going to need depending on how much frosting you're going to need. So continue to whisk those things together until when you put your fingers into the mixture and rub two fingers together, you can't feel any more gritty sugar crystals. All the sugar will have dissolved and it'll feel smooth. Once that happens, take the bowl off the pot of water and then begin to mix with an electric mixer on high until the egg whites double in volume, and you'll notice a change of color and it'll get very, very white. Once you get to that stage, add some vanilla. Once again, the amount of vanilla will depend on how much frosting you want to make. And then continue to blend until it's well blended. And then you're going to add the butter, because this is buttercream, of course. The butter has been softened, brought to room temperature, and you're going to add the butter in 2 or 3 additions, and then you're going to beat well after each addition until the frosting gets nice and fluffy and it starts to thicken up. You can see how the texture changes, and if you were to run a spatula through it, you'll see that it has the texture of regular buttercream frosting. When it gets to that point, it's ready to use. You can add food coloring, a couple of drops at a time, until you get the color that you want. I had made pink in this particular case. And then blend that together until the color is all combined. And then you're ready to put the frosting in a piping bag and then decorate your cakes or your cupcakes with it. The amount that I showed you on the screen when I was making this recipe was enough for about 5 or 6 cupcakes. And what I'll do is I'll put that in the description box if you're interested. The tip I'm using is a large open star tip, and it says Wilton 1M as in a Mary on the side of it. The frosting itself is not too sweet. It's very fluffy, it's very smooth, and it works really well to decorate with, as you can see the little details that you can make with it. It does use raw egg whites, however, if that concerns you because of food safety. All you have to do is find pasteurized egg whites, and these are sold with the eggs in my local grocery store in the refrigerator section. And 1 container, which is 500 grams, there is the equivalent of about 16 egg whites, and a 1/4 cup is about 2 egg whites. So you could use that if you'd like. And there are some of the cupcakes I've done in white and in purple. I will use this frosting again. I really like the texture of it, and I really like the way that you can use it to decorate with. So Swiss buttercream, give it a try.